Hey there, this is Kaylin Huntress and I have no time to blog. I've been wanting to blog about WDS ever since it finished about a week ago, and I just haven't been able to kick out the time because I'm super busy, I have kids, and I'm making all these excuses, and so I'm in the middle of my commute, and I thought, well, I'm at the waterfront, I'm just going to video blog about it. So I'm just going to tell you what I thought about WDS. It was awesome and amazing and a great experience, and met lots of great people, and it was funny. At WDS in the past, I went to 2013 and then I went to Pioneer Nation. And this year, 2014, I was surprised at how little time I spent meeting new people, because there's all these people that I knew and recognized and had built relationships with online over the last couple of years. And so when I found somebody I knew, or somebody from here in Portland that I had said, you have to come to WDS, I ended up talking to lots of people I knew. And so I'm curious, if you're somebody who's been to WDS in the past, and you've done serial years, is this something you find, that you're talking to the same people instead of meeting new people? Because I definitely found that this year. It was kind of strange. But I did meet some great new people, made some new connections, and I spent a lot of time doing the unconventional treasure hunt. And this was huge. This is, well, for me anyway. I hid these treasure chests around the city, and there were 8 of them, and inside each one were clues. And it was a clue to the location of the next chest. And they went around in a circle, and it was super fun to set up. Pretty glitchy, you know, some chests went missing, had to replace them with Easter eggs. I had some things to fix with it, but I never would have been able to get this far with it unless I had a group this large to work with. So thanks to Tyler and Nikki and Sean and all the guys who put together the unconventional race for letting me go in and play, because I had a really great time doing it. And the treasure hunt thing, you know, I've been working on it for a really long time, and it felt really fulfilling to do one at this scale. So that was my biggest win of WDS. And as far as the experience itself, I had a couple of insights. The speakers, I thought, some of them were fun and engaging, but I didn't think the speakers were as heavy hitting as they were last year. This might have been just me because I was having to dash out of the hall all the time to go and replace treasure chests and stuff. So I wasn't really engaged with the speakers, so my opinion there probably shouldn't count. But I did have an interesting reaction to the sale of the swag. You know, when people wear this shirt, it's like, oh, you're 2013, yay, we're part of the same club. And I saw one of my friends who is from here in Portland carrying the 2013 bag, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were there last year. And she said, no, I just bought it at the swag shop over in the PNCA. And I got kind of disheartened, because I had kind of seen these year-to-year shirts and stuff, and the socks as kind of like badges of which year you attended. And when I saw people with the 2012 shirt, I would know, oh, this is somebody who got the $100 challenge. And now that it's for sale to just anybody, it's kind of lost that mystique. And so, you know, I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I just noticed the difference, that they're no longer badges of the years you attended. Now they're just stuff. The closing party was great. It was a lot of fun. I liked the hot air balloon ride, although I didn't spend any time in line because I was too busy running around and having fun. The gravel was really hard, though. I really wanted to dance, but with all the gravel coming through the soft soles of my shoes, I just couldn't get into it. But I met lots of great people, had a great time, and what else? There were a lot of lines this time, and I noticed that there was a big chunk of time in the afternoon from, I think it was like 12:30 to 4:30. I remember last year, lots of people saying there wasn't enough time to actually experience Portland because it was thing to thing to thing to thing, and it was really tightly scheduled. I kind of like that, because it means that anytime I wanted to do something on the program, I was right there, you know, and there was something for me to do all the time. And this time there was a lot of kind of vague space, like, okay, I've got some time to kill, what now? And the Portland experience was fun. It was great to be able to bring my family in and say, hey, let's hang out in the park blocks. You can meet the WDS people. And my kids got to run around and meet the Unipiper, and that was super fun. My wife called it when she passed the craft table where everybody was, I didn't see what they were doing, as these blue strings and stuff. And she said, oh, I get it now. WDS is summer camp for adults. And it totally is, right? It's our chance to get out and have some fun and make some crafts. So the Portland experience was great. I was surprised there was no coffee there, though. I actually had to leave the Portland experience to go find coffee in actual Portland. But it was great to have, you know, sort of a food cart thing. The beer was fun, but in the middle of the day, it kind of made me come back after that to the afternoon sessions, kind of sleepy. But again, that's why we need coffee, right? So this year, I think my biggest win had to do with the unconventional treasure hunt, because that's really what I was there for. And the people that I met at Pioneer Nation were really fun to get together with again. We had a Pioneer Nation meetup of everybody who went to Pioneer Nation. It was at WDS this year, hosted by Brienne, and we all got together and we kind of like kicked out what's the difference between Pioneer Nation and WDS. How are these different? And we came up with a couple good analogies. We're still working on them, but you know, like WDS is more vision level. You know, way up here. What am I doing? What's my idea? And Pioneer Nation is boots on the ground. They're tactics. This is how you get there. And that was really, really rich material. I mean, Pioneer Nation was one of the best conferences I've ever been to in terms of getting stuff done and crafting your plan. And the speakers were all heavy hitters. It was just a fantastic conference all around. But for somebody who doesn't really know what their idea is, they just know that they want to break out of a cubicle life, WDS is definitely superior in that regard. And so we were trying to figure out, like, you know, maybe WDS is the brochure and Pioneer Nation is the user manual. Or, you know, if there were games, WDS is Candyland and Pioneer Nation is Dungeons and Dragons, where you roll the dice. You actually write out the character sheet, you know, you get into the nitty gritty. And WDS is just kind of, you know, it's fun, la la la, let's go have an exceptional time. And it's really an exceptional time. I love it that there is a community for people who don't do things the conventional way. I like it for two reasons. First, because people like myself who live outside of the box and do not fit into the system, we need a place where we can meet other members of the tribe, because it's hard living an unconventional life in such a mundane world. Sometimes you begin to think you're crazy, right? Sometimes you wonder if you're doing everything wrong because nobody's doing it like you. And then we get into this community of people who all see things unconventionally, and it's very refreshing. I think it's also important for people who don't live unconventional lives yet to be able to have WDS and be able to go there and be immersed in the culture and meet other people who are doing it that way. It'll give them and I could see this when I would talk to people and I would tell them about my adventure to Costa Rica, and I tell them about, you know, the crazy things I do with my life, and, you know, they've been working at the same job for 8 years and are too afraid to leave, and I could see the spark in their eyes where they realize, oh yeah, this can actually work. It actually does happen. And serving as an inspiration for people like that who are coming into this community to become part of this community, you know, I think that's noble work. And so I want to thank Chris Guillebeau and the entire WDS team for forming this tribe and getting us all together, because it's really important. I think that the more that we can cultivate this nature of nonconformity in the world, the more creative and the more inspirational and the more intuitive we'll all live our lives. So that was WDS 2014, and I'm looking forward to going back next year. So if you haven't been to WDS, it's worlddominationsummit.com. You can see all the information there. You can also see lots of blog posts about it. I'm probably going to put a Listly or something below this video so that you can read about other people blogging about the experience. As for me, I'm probably not going to have time to blog about it. I'm just going to throw this video up and call it a day. So I'm off to work. Have fun.